We can be critical scholars and be believers. We should be critical scholars as believers. It just means read carefully, sort carefully, with the bottom line goal of knowing God better. Reading my grandpa's Bible this morning, I'm reminded of somebody on here who made a comment of don't pay any attention to Scofield. Scofield is not worth anything, that kind of thing. And I just want to say I think that's an overreaction. The Scofield Reference Edition, I think, if I remember correctly, it was first published in 1909, something like that. It has notes in it. It has references to connect verses. It is possibly the first, what you would call, a study Bible. And it's true that you might not agree with everything that Scofield says. As I'm looking at this, I'm finding Grandpa's notes. I'm here in Psalm 3 and 4. There, I flip, and Grandpa has taped a page in here that has a large number of sermon notes. On the other page, he's marked something in Psalm 5. This means a lot to me. But looking at an example of the notes that are here, down here, trust is the characteristic Old Testament word for New Testament faith, believe. It occurs 152 times in the Old Testament and is the rendering of Hebrew words signifying to take refuge, as in Ruth, to lean on, as in Psalm 56, to roll on, in some Psalms, to stay upon, as in Job. Now, that's not a bad thing to know. Another example I have here, Commentary on Mark by William Barclay. This is a hard copy. I don't even know if you can get this hard copy anymore. The pages are brown. I have taught the Gospel of Mark with this book as a major source several times. Mark is my favorite gospel. It's much more condensed than the other gospels. Barclay didn't believe in miracles, and I believe there was something in his life where someone important to him was sick unto death, and he prayed, and the person died. And that soured Barclay on miracles, and this brilliant theologian tries to explain away miracles, and it's kind of sad when you read that part of his commentary. But in his commentary, he gives the cultural background, the political background, the geographical background, what was going on with the people who are being discussed in the gospel. It's very interesting and very helpful in understanding really the text. And as far as Barclay being a scholar, the text that he uses for comment in his commentary is his own translation. There's a saying, don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. Circling back, just because there's something in Scofield that you don't agree with, that doesn't mean that Scofield is worthless. We can gather truth from unlikely places. My bottom line in that whole thing is pay attention to everything, but sort critically.